Howdy boys. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mark Roden, and on today's video we're doing another top 10. I love top 10s. I love editing top 10s because I get to look at all these cool cars. I get to learn more about cars I didn't know about. Because guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, half these things I tell you guys about these cars I didn't know. But we're doing top 10 sports cars under $5,000. So yeah, with that out of the way, I got a couple disclaimers. First of all, this is by no means in a list based off of facts or evidence or specs or anything like that. It's just my opinion on what car I think you would have the most fun in, what car I think looks the best, what car has the best community, what car makes people the happiest. You know, I see people in slammed Honda Civics with a bunch of camber and everybody laughs at them and says they're stupid and they say they're dumb. But you look at the guy and he's smiling from ear to ear. If he's happy with it, then that's awesome, and you see that with Honda Civics all the time. Another thing before we get into the video, if you guys want a SmoothStance shirt, it says SS on the front for the logo, it's not the Nazi thing, and on the back it says SmoothStance. I can't really show you right now, but it says SmoothStance. If you want one of those, the link will be in the description to buy a shirt. We also have hoodies up there right now, but we're making better hoodies now. I bought those hoodies from some third party last time. I didn't like how they turned out, and nobody really did. I'm going to be making them this time, and I'm going to be doing it my way, my design, so hopefully you guys will like those. We also have windshield banners, so if you want one of those, buy one, put it on your car, send me a picture, you become a member of SmoothStance, you get a post on the page, and every time you tag us in one of your posts from then on out, you'll get a post on the story. So without further ado, guys, let's get right into number 10 is the BMW E36, coming with a 2.8 liter inline six, producing 190 horsepower. You can easily bump that right up to 200 horsepower. This is not the M3. You will only be able to find the 325 or the 328i's for under 5K. The M3, you can maybe find it under 10K, but definitely not under 5K. The car is rear-wheel drive, has a 5-speed manual, so it's a lot of fun, and it is probably the best way that you can get started into the drifting scene. If you want to start drifting, this is probably the best car for you to buy. They have a huge following for them and a great community around it as well. So if you are ever confused about how to get that thing sideways, which you won't be since it's an E36, but you have all these people that can tell you how. Number 9 is the 3rd gen Acura TL, coming with a 3.2 liter V6 making 270 horsepower. These cars are front wheel drive, so you won't see them around your drift course, and if I'm being 100% honest, you probably won't see them around a lot of racetracks because most of the time they're built to be a nice show car and not much more than that, because they have that VIP look to them. Straight from the factory, they look very clean and they don't look menacing like they want to race. So a lot of times people buy them, they put bags on them, they put a little bit of camber on them, very nice wheels, stretched tires, and they have it sitting like that and they call it a day, and it looks amazing. Once again, the community is alive and well for these cars, but it's nowhere near the E36 community. It is on the smaller side of communities, the Acura TL, but it's also a newer car, so you have to give it some time. Number 8 is the Mazda Miata NB, coming with a 1.8 liter inline 4 making 140 horsepower. Now listen guys, I know I like the NA better than the NB as well. Everybody does. They'll have the pop-up headlights, but it's going to be hard for you to find one under $5,000, and if you do find one under $5,000, it's probably going to be beaten on, and you don't want that. The NB, on the other hand, you can find them all day for under $5,000 and they won't be beaten on. So I highly recommend going with one of these. They are pretty much the exact same car. Miata is notorious for being able to do anything. It really is just the perfect starter sports car. They're rear-wheel drive. They're extremely lightweight, coming in at only 2,300 pounds. They have 2 seats and they have the perfect 50-50 weight distribution. They love to get sideways if you make them, but at the same time, they're extremely good at staying planted at all times. You really have to try and get it sideways, and then once you get it sideways, it'll stay in the drift. The car can do anything. I see people taking them off-road and putting lift kits on them. I see people taking them to the racetrack and doing little laps around it. Most of the time, though, I see them all the time at autocross events. They loved autocross because they're so quick and nimble in between those little cones. Number 7 is the F-Body Camaro, or the 4th gen Camaro. coming with a 3.8 liter V6 or a 5.7 liter V8, ranging in horsepower from 200 to 320 based off whatever engine you take. It's going to be harder to find a 5.7 liter V8 for under $5,000, but the 3.8 liter V6 you can find all day. The F-body Camaro is, to me, the ugliest Camaro in my opinion. It looks like a catfish. It's too oval shaped, you know, but everybody has their own opinion. And if you don't care about looks and you're like one of those sleeper guys, that is a perfect build for you. And B, if you like the looks, then go for it. Don't listen to somebody else's opinion on the internet. I'm just telling you guys the facts and what cars I think are the best for under $5,000. But when it gets into the opinion part of it, you don't have to listen to me. You know, if you like the looks of the F-body Camaro, then go buy one. They're really fast cars. They're still an American muscle car, so they have that beefy V8 engine and the rear-wheel drive, so you know what that means. They're extremely good drag cars. Number 6 is the Acura Integra GSR, coming with a 1.8 liter inline-4, making 170 horsepower. I personally love the Integra, way better than the looks of the Civic. But if you want a Civic, they're literally the exact same car. I mean, there's not really much different about them. There is things that are different about them, but not a lot. The car is front wheel drive, so sadly no slidey boys out of this car. Besides drifting though, the car can do pretty much anything. They're amazing at time attack / racing. I see them all the time doing that with the huge front splitters and the huge back wings, and they do really good. They also look extremely good if they do them for show. I've seen them with, you know, great fitment at shows, and they look extremely good there too. But they're also notorious for being extremely good at being racers. So if you buy an Integra, please don't become a racer. Just save your money and buy the better parts instead of buying AutoZone parts. Number 5 is the Mitsubishi Eclipse, specifically the DSM model, but you can find almost any Eclipse for under $5,000. But the DSM model specifically, it came with a 2 liter inline-4 making 210 horsepower. The car is front wheel drive, and some are even all wheel drive, and they have the same platform that they had on the Evos for the Mitsubishi Eclipse DSM, which I think is pretty sick. They don't have the same engine, but they do have the same drivetrain, and that's pretty cool to me. This is the first car Paul Walker had in Fast and Furious, so I know it holds a special place in all of our hearts. You know, this is one of the first tuner cars that we all saw and we all fell in love with. The car to me is extremely underrated. I love the looks of them and they perform amazing. I was honestly very surprised when I saw how cheap these cars are going for. So just look some up on Facebook Marketplace, and I think you'll be surprised too. So keep that in mind. These cars look extremely clean when done right, and they can perform very well too. Where I'm from, they're everywhere, and they are some of the loudest cars on the road. You can hear them from a mile away. Number 3 is the Nissan 300ZX, coming with a 3 liter V6, making anywhere from 222 to 300 horsepower, because some of the later options had twin turbos, but you are not going to find the twin turbo 300ZX for under $5,000. I'm just warning you now. I would have said the 350Z, but we talked about the 350Z in the under 10K video, and if you find a 350 for under $5,000, it's probably going to be in terrible condition with a lot of miles. It's going to be hard to find one under $5,000 that's actually worth $5,000. The 300ZX, on the other hand, they come in under $5,000 all day, every day in okay condition. They are a 20-year-old car, so they're not going to be in perfect condition. The 300ZX looks amazing. Since they styled it after the Lamborghini Diablo, and they did really good with it, they have a huge following for them, an unbelievable following for them actually. And they're all-wheel drive, so they love to get sideways. I don't know how you couldn't love the Z cars. I mean, they're the best cars. So number 2, second place, is the New Edge Mustang, coming with a 3.8 liter V6 making 193 horsepower. They also had a V8 in them, but those ones you're not going to find for under $5,000. You will only find the 3.8 liter V6. If you're going to get a Mustang, just be ready for the memes. Okay, these cars are extremely hated on, since everyone gets one when they have the money. The first car that people buy when they finally get enough money is a Mustang, because they think it's the best. There's a reason for that. They perform very well. They're rear-wheel drive too, so they're a lot of fun, but people don't understand how to control rear-wheel drive and how to control a lot of power, so they buy a Mustang and they crash it into crowds. We all know those memes, and the memes are true, and the only reason why they're true is because, like I said, the people that are buying them don't know what they're buying. They don't know how to control them. The community is massive since they are a Mustang, and like I said, they are bought by literally everyone, so you could always find help if you have a problem with it. They're a very good car to have. Okay, so first place, I promise I didn't plan this out, but it's another Subaru from last video. Number 1 is the first gen Subaru Impreza 2.5 RS, coming with a 2.5 liter inline 4, making around 165 horsepower, but they're all-wheel drive, so they are great for people that have to deal with snow. These cars are extremely fun, but just like the Mustang, get ready for some memes. I chose the first gen specifically because I think it looks the best, but you can get the second and third gen under $5,000 too. Once you get to the fourth gen, it's a little bit harder to find them under $5,000. If you get a 2.5 RS, please don't try to make it look like an STI. Everyone will hate you. You will hate yourself, actually. So just don't do it. If you want a WRX, save up to that extra little money and buy one. You won't be able to find a WRX for under $5,000, and if you do, trust me, it's not worth it. Don't buy it. But the following for Subis is unbelievably massive, so once again, you don't have to worry about support or help about it. So yeah, that is the number 1 for the list. All right, that is the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, guys, please leave a like and a comment telling me what you think should have made the list or what shouldn't have made the list. If you hate one of these cars and you had one before and you're like, that car is terrible, it is the worst car under $5,000, then tell me that, because I would like to know, because some of these cars I'm thinking about buying, and if one day you're like, yo, Mark, don't get that Acura Integra. The Acura Integras are a pile of junk, and I won't get it. You know what I mean? You guys could help me out here. If you guys like videos like this, please subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to make at least 2 or 3 a week. Sometimes it gets pushed back because I'll have a bigger video coming out. I'm not the best editor here, guys. This isn't my job. I can't do it all the time, you know. Just gotta be patient with me. But I appreciate you guys watching, and like I said, if you want some SmoothStance merch, the link is gonna be down in the description. Peace out, guys. Have a great day.